not even like home right now. Like I'm all the way up in Nottingham for like an open day. I don't even know if I'm even gonna go uni here, but like it was a good experience though. It was a good experience. I wouldn't. This is cool. This city is good, but I can't lie. The nightclubs are crazy. Cause how are you gonna tell me there was like we've gone there now, and there's literally old people bopping and dancing, and the DJ and the radio was crazy. He was putting on Taylor Swift, he was putting on Ariana Grande, and then you've got people getting steady and turn. I mean, I don't know if it was alcohol speaking. I wasn't as optimal that night, but I definitely was just like, this is not a shout, you know what I mean? I mean, not bar. We ended up going to like another club. That was a bit better, but the pushing is insane. Pushing is insane. I mean, I don't understand. It's really never that deep to be getting that angry about getting into a tight space that you wanted to get into. But yeah, the pushing was crazy. It was mad. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it that night. I don't know. I think clubbing is not really for me. I've been here. This is like my 4th day here. It's like my 4th day here. But like the best part was definitely like when I went to that frat house, man. Like when I get back to London, it's really about just getting back at it. You know what I mean? I'm at level 1 right now. I need to be able to get out that stage, because I even said to my boy, like, I think 3 days after I turned 18, I called him and I was like, yo, can't lie, being 18 sucks, because it does, because you're now not a kid, but you're obviously not an adult, because you've got fuck all, but you're very much at level 1, if that, because you've got no foundation. You're I like to call it level 0. Level 0, you've got nothing of an adult status, and people are going to be thinking, oh, but you at that point you've only been 18 for like 3 days, give it a rest. But I can't give it a rest, because I'm always trying to think about the next possible opportunity, hence why I enjoy reading and watching videos about trying to make some money, because that's really what it comes down to. Because I didn't even realize until like 3 months ago that how easy it is to make some money, not to even show an educational system, but they make it out like it's so hard. Like it's like one of the hardest things in the world, which obviously it can be depending on how you're trying to do it, but it's not as hard, because if you exchange value and the bridging gap is money, then you've got a sale. Hence why Tesco, Asda, Sainsbury's, all these businesses are flourishing, have been around for hundreds of years, because they've countlessly been showing interest in the public and trading value, which would obviously be fruits, drinks and snacks, which everyone needs to survive. I don't know about you. Like, that's really what my mind's been on about. I'm trying to start like different ventures and stuff like that, because I've just not got time for it no more. I mean, I had one relationship in me, I can't lie. Now it's really about the next person might just need to be married, you know what I'm trying to say? But like, on like a serious thing, like, yeah, it just doesn't excite me anymore, I'll be real. Maybe that's because of my situation or past situation, obviously, but yeah, it just doesn't really excite me anymore. I don't really feel it has any type of abundance in my life. Like, I don't really crap on people that speak about girls and like, oh, she's lying, that. I'm not bothered about what other people do, but for me, you know, I do my thing here and there, but like, it's really not my main focus. I think that's why a lot of people even call me nonchalant and, oh, he doesn't care and he's not really that guy and he's taking me for a dickhead, and it's really not like that. It's really not like that. It's just like I have a bigger purpose. And when you say that, you know, a lot of people want to agree and say, yeah, yo, that's cute, or you're actually driven and that, like, oh, but really and truly, everyone supports you when it doesn't affect them. When it starts affecting them, then you're selfish, then you're ignorant, you're stupid, you're not realistic. Like, what really is realistic? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, just so many other things. Obviously, I've spoken to different type of women and stuff like that, and technically I've had whatever type of relationship I've had with them, but you know, it's gone south because I'm my main priority, you know what I mean? If I've not got bread in my pocket, if I've not got food in my stomach or some clean clothes on my back, then I'm doing something wrong. Can't chase Nash and not have clean underwear, do you know what I mean? But yeah, like, and they just don't respect or understand it, and they don't see the vision, which is understandable because it's my vision. But when people call me nonchalant and like, I don't care, and he's this, that, and the third, and he's difficult, and he's just hella stush, I don't get that, to be fair, because conversation. Like, I think I'm quite good with words, but when you're getting no kickback or any type of relay that you're actually got something going for you, then it's just a bit boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care for childish relationships and stuff like that. I'm trying to see where you're going and stuff like that. But everyone I've spoken to has just been hella unserious. I mean, I think I'm that guy, I'll be real. But yeah, maybe my standards are a bit too high and it's not coming down anytime soon, because people got to step their game up, because it's not enough to like someone and expect full-blown loyalty. Like, you need to come more with that. Hence why a lot of people don't end up liking talking stages, which I don't have a problem with. Liking stages aren't that bad. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's like, it's how you do it, because if it's just a thing where you're doing nothing, you've got no peas in your pocket, you know, your shit's dirty and you're still chasing women and you're getting depressed about it, like, come on now. Tee the fuck up, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's really not that deep. But that's a lot of guys' reality, you know what I mean? Like, it's less about the next stage and it's more about the here and now, which I do agree, you know, YOLO, I guess, you know, you only live once, but it's how do you live that life, and I definitely don't live that life trying to chase women anymore. And maybe that's because of my past experience, or maybe I'm just not over a certain someone, but that's not important. That's really not important right now, I'll be so real. That's really not important. What's important is to, like, get myself straight. Because once I get myself straight, the world's my oyster. Because really, social media has ruined it for a lot of people in my generation. A lot of people feel unworthy and don't feel like that. They just don't do any type of respect or type of love from anyone, because they just see someone from behind the screen, you know, they look good, they're literally only showing you their good angles, and it makes you feel like shit. Don't make me feel like shit no more, but it just shows you how easy it is for some people than it is for others. Because personally for me, I know I look good every time I post, but it's more of a thing where I will not get as much interest unless I was another person, that either be their gender, their status, what they have, their money, the opportunities they have, the aura that's surrounded around them. Like, I just will never have what they have. Not now anyways. So it's way more than what I can physically bring. This is why, like, I've stopped with the whole trying to get into it, if you know what I mean. Because it's just not, I'm all about trying to get to the next level. Trying to get to the next level, you know. Literally the other day, my boy, he's contacted me about our old school friend, and you know, and how he snaked us. I mean, how did he snake us? He said, yo, can't lie, he's talking to my ex. This ex used to go to our old secondary school. Blah, blah, blah. You know, when we went to the charity football game, he heard me speak about one female and he's gone to my ex saying this, that, and the third, and he's trying to ruin what I have. Like, that, you know what? I can't rock with that. Jealous, really. I mean, I get inspired more time, or if I'm jealous, I use that jealousy to be like, okay, how do I do that? Do you know what I mean? Like, me even taking, like, trying to do modeling and that. Like, me do modeling, I mean, shit, I'm tall as fuck, but modeling, you know, get in front of the camera like I'm doing right now. But yeah, like, it's just so many things I want to do, you know what I mean? I mean, just for myself, for my people there. That's really what it's about, you know, trying to be the best version I can be for my siblings, you know what I'm saying? But I can't do that now. Can't do that now. And also trying to surpass people, you know, like my father and my mother. But truly, I'm doing this for myself, and I get way more happier. I mean, even take a year ago, 2021. I wasted a whole year. Doing something that just wasn't important. Was not important at all. I forced all my energy into something that just was not important, had no substance. I cared about it a lot at the time, but looking back on it, it's more of a thing where it's like, it was never that deep, I'll be real. If someone doesn't like you, you gotta take that and just run with it. And then let them turn their heads around when you become that guy. Because when I was happy, I was fat as fuck, man. Fat as fuck, had nothing to do, was bored most of the time because I didn't have any type of interest except that one person. And I just didn't have no drive because I was comfortable. I think that was God showing me this is some bullshit. So, you know, shit happens. Now I'm here doing what I need to do. I have a lot of things planned in place. But yeah, being in Nuts has showed me a lot for the past couple days, because I wouldn't say it's different than London, but boy, the trams and the bus journeys are crazy. I mean, London, you're finding a bus every 2 seconds and you're feeling a bit pissed off that you have to pay because it's so frequent. But when you're out here, you're getting a bus every 12, 20, 30 minutes. If you miss that, you got bump tram, and then tram, you got inspectors like this. It's way more easier, to be fair, because you've got like ticket inspectors and that on overgrounds and that. But really here, you've got like the average Joe who's simply just trying to make some bands. But back in London, it's a whole different story. They'll try to trace you through carriages and stuff like that. But to go back to my main point, you know, yeah, this is the start of something great. You know what I mean? I mean, I've kind of lived my whole life, so up to this point anyways, you know, being cared and looked after by people that didn't really have my best interests at heart. And I don't hate them for that. You know, things happen. You know, not everyone can be the best person that they can be simply off their age. But like, me knowing that, it's just made me a bit teed up to understand that if my life has been messed up by so many adults, I promise you, and I promise you, I can't mess it up more if I take more control of my life. Because I love myself. I'll never do anything to put myself in danger. I don't live off anyone else's expectations. And that's why I guess I'm not liked by a lot of people, which I guess charge it, I guess. But it's really just the fact that I've looked at it, I've understood it, you know, certain shit happens and I'm at peace with it. That's why I can sleep good at night. Whole of 2021, I did not sleep. I don't think I even slept once. If I slept at all, it was probably because I passed out, because I was so tired. But like, yeah, I ain't had a good sleep in ages for certain stuff. I'm not having money or a penny in my pocket for like, not having a penny in my pocket for like 3 months, nothing to my name. That shit was difficult. And I want to say I'm grateful because before that, I was worrying about girls and stuff like that. When I had money in my pocket, I had food on my plate, and I had a stable place to live. And then have that taken away from me, can I put it in a perspective where it's like, okay, cool, you're scared about, you're getting upset over a bitch, but you got everything. You got everything to succeed, which I did at the time, and I do now. But through that 3 months, I didn't have shit. But yeah, I want to be great. I'll be real. I want to be great. It won't happen now, but hopefully it does happen in the future, you know. And it will happen. But yeah, man. I don't know. I'll go get back to London, so I'm gonna have to chat to you guys soon. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be like a very consistent basis, because I just like talking, man. I like talking. Not necessarily my personal stuff, because that will come later, but yeah. You guys take care.